to give everybody hope, right? And mean hope. Clara also did this too already, by the way. Okay, so some of you, there is no right or wrong on the business side. You are your own business owner. Make sense? What does this mean? You can do how the New Yorkers say, the people who live in New York, you can do your own shit. Makes sense? So you go with companies you want, you do your whatever you want, right? Makes sense? So you can go to prop firms that you think that are good, and or maybe you take investors from your side, you got investors, or maybe you build your own hedge fund. It's all good. Make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
So in this sense, some people go to what are called proprietary trading firms. Forextrader that I'm partnering with, FTMO, 5%ers, and Yanis went to crypto funding something, right? Okay. So not to waste too much time. If Yanis, who is today, I believe, 60 something, or 55, he's going to kill me. Oh, I'm not 60, I'm 50, whatever. So 50. But listen to this. He's a Greek immigrant. He's a Greek immigrant. He's from Greece, and he lives in Germany. And his jobs is it was a janitor and a bus driver for the school kids. All right. So if he can do it, you must understand. Oh, it's really a learnable skill. If he can do this, I can do this too. Right? Because you might look at Heraldo and say, oh, but Heraldo is 7 years. And Heraldo is whatever, an electrician, whatever might you think in your head, why he can and you can't. You have Israel too. Israel is a rabbi. And he is 60 something. Not to mention Clara. Clara passed the test too. It just happened that was unlucky with the wrong company. Make sense, everybody? And talking about companies, we did a class about the risk, right? There is no right or wrong, but talking about the skill, if Yanis can do it, I can do this too. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after the class, send him like, oh, congratulations, and you can call him, partner up, whatever, talk to him, But he posted something interesting in the chat, and this is what we are working on. Before I talk to him, don't screw it up, sport. Focus on the process, and edge will come sooner or later. It took him, I don't remember, 2 or 3 years now, today. Focus on the process. What does this mean? Who knows?
The strategy, the rules.
No?
No?
No? Who knows? What's the process?
Education.
No? I know it's a tricky question, don't worry, but I know.
Awareness.
About what?
Yourself as a trader.
More specifically about what?
Your subconscious patterns.
When we talk about process, so we're talking somebody who doesn't have education and somebody who does. What a retail trader does differently than an institutional trader, talking about education, not judging anybody. What's the different process?
Having weekly analysis, having plans, having logs.
No?
Edge.
Edge.
Oh.
Edge? What's the process of the edge?
Collecting 100 samples.
Collecting
the 100 samples. This is what Yanis is talking about. I mean, everything that you said, everybody, especially Ernesto, is important, of course. But so all the institutional trader tools, the weekly plan, the measuring of you as an analyst, or the pre-close checklist, the end of the day report, end of the week report, and more, everything that you are going to learn, this is for you just to come to the
Edge.
100 samples, to the
100
edge.
something.
It's not the exactly to the edge, the 100 samples. But if you don't have this knowledge, you are going to chase the
money.
the money.
Market.
This is what Yanis was talking about. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to post on trading.live an old recording for 2 years ago. And you're going to see, man, if he can do it, look at him. You're going to see. I mean, he looks like Robert De Niro, but but you know, you're going to really see me too, we're all the same. But you cannot identify with me subconsciously. Oh, he is 20 years in the markets. Now you have Yanis. You have Heraldo with the edge, still doing mistakes, fair enough. You have Israel with the edge, still doing mistakes, fair enough. Now you have Yanis, who made a live account from a proprietary trading firm that I never heard about, but it's okay. You can do your own shit, like the New York people say, you know. Clara did this too. So it's really a learnable
Skill.
Is it good news for Saturday morning?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So Clara and Julius and Shola, the three of you, I remember the questions. So Shola, Julius, and Clara, they have questions about everybody, about the analysis, about the weekly plan. All right. Now I want to know from you, Ernest and Dan, do you have any specific questions about?
No. My main question was what I asked 2 days ago on the mark and the chat about how we are supposed to manage the strategy when we mess up with the weekly analysis. We planned something based on the weekly analysis, but the market did something else, and we are out of focus or out of sync with the market. What we should do?
Good question, Daniel.
I don't have any question.
Any questions? How is the US dollar index software going?
Cool.
All right, everybody, before jumping into charts, all right, and Clara's questions and Julius and Shola. So Ernest is asking, all right, I have my strategy and I have my weekly plan, and the market went totally against the weekly plan. What should I do with the strategy? Was this the question, Ernesto?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Basically.
Answer.
Talking about, we are supposed to trade our strategy according to our weekly plan.
If
right?
it's in the strategy rule, if it's in the if it's just a rule as a strategy.
Yeah, and talking about the last week talk about if I have a strategy for example, for our time frame with Fibonacci that won't allow me to trade, I will not trade it anyway. But if I supposed to have a strategy that must sync with the weekly analysis and I mess my weekly analysis, what I'm going to do?
Everybody, do you understand what Ernesto is asking everybody? All good? All good, everybody, understand? All right, so this is
not really.
Not really. Okay, I'm going to explain. And so this is week number 1, everybody, and clone. And this is week number 2. You as an analyst, and right click and clone. Oops, one more time. Right click and where is it? Clone. This is week number 3, and finally you have here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Come on, a bit smaller. Right click, and you have week number 4 as a trader, as an analyst. All right. Now, this is you as an analyst in here, right? Analyst and clone, all right, and clone. Now, Ernesto and everybody else, if you were a good analyst the first week, And if you are a good analyst in the second week, but if you are a bad analyst the third week, this is where Ernesto said, oh, the market went totally against me. And then the fourth, now this is just an example, right? And the fourth week you are still, so here you are 60%, whatever, here you are 55, here you are 0%, but here you are 60 or 55 again. So is this 1 week relevant to you making money in the long run?
No.
No, not at all.
Exactly. So this is one part, right? So no, it's you being as an analyst, it's not relevant at all. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is one, but if the story is different, what is the story if is different? So let's say that you have here you are the first week you are 60% analyst, the second week you are market went totally against you, and here the market went totally against you again, but here you again are 60%. Is the weekly plan relevant? Is the
No.
week relevant?
No.
Yes, it is. This example, those two are totally different examples on you making money in the long run. Because in the first one you had 3 winning weeks, 1 losing, it's all right. I'm getting to the strategy, Ernesto. But if you as an analyst, if you are 2 winning weeks and 2 losing weeks, are you making any money?
No.
Are you losing any money?
No.
Maybe not.
No. So it all depends, and we're going to the strategy, how to do, what should I do, and then, but you must understand that how you are going to trade your strategy affects how you are doing as an analyst, because if the market goes against you 1 week, no big deal. If it's 50-50, whoop, 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 I'm not going to make any money with the strategy. And of course, the last example, what if you have 1 winning week and then 3 weeks the market goes totally against you, and the market goes totally against you, and the market goes totally against you, and then the 5th week, you are again 60%. Is the weekly analysis relevant to you? The weekly plan?
Yeah, sure it is.
It is. Are you making any money?
No,
Are you losing money?
probably.
Probably.
Yes.
Now, so
Unless you keep out.
come again?
Unless you keep out of the market because you are not able to trade those 3 weeks.
Now we have a problem. Ernesto said what Ernesto said, it's correct, but we have a problem. I'm kicking you in the face. You must collect samples. You must obey the strategy. You must follow the rules. All right, everybody? So you must understand this one, right? And we're hopefully getting to the answer. So if this is you right now, okay, and again, you have a rule in the strategy that, oh, you are going to, it's just an example. Let's say that I have a rule in strategy, whatever I see on the chart, whatever, if my strategy is not aligned with the weekly plan, I'm not going to enter. This is a rule from the strategy, and education, it's part of the edge. Does this make sense?
It's a bit confusing, but
I'm going to explain. Let's go step by step. I have a rule in my strategy that if my weekly plan, it's not going the same direction as the strategy for any reason, I don't enter.
let's say I would say, for example, short-term trend. A counter trend line break on short-term trend, for example. Could be?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody, let's say that I have a rule that if the weekly plan and my strategy are not going the same direction, then I don't enter the trade. Now, if this is the rule on my strategy, all right, and let's say that there is an uptrend, all right, up in here, all right, and your strategy says buy the uptrend, all right, buy the uptrend. Make sense, everybody? But your weekly plan says, oh, this market, I believe this market is short for the week because I believe this market is going to retrace. Make sense? Very slowly. I'm seeing something on a chart as a trader. This is one book. This is one book. This is one book. But I'm predicting what is going to happen next week. It's a different book. Those two things are not the same. One, something you see on the chart, it's you as an analyst, it's you as a trader. What you're predicting, what is going to happen from Monday to Friday, is you as an analyst. Can we understand this?
Yes.
All right. Now, and this is difficult. Why? Because you are fighting with yourself not to chase the money. This is what Yanis was talking. Following the process. And it's goddamn difficult. Why? Because you are seeing this on the chart. Can you see my mouse moving?
Yes.
This is what you see. But you are predicting that the market for this week, for any reason, doesn't really matter. This is you as an analyst. But you're predicting that the market this week is going to go down. Example. You're predicting that this is going to happen. And because you have a rule that if your weekly plan and your strategy must be aligned, when a signal from the strategy comes, it's what is happening in the market right now aligned with what you predicted?
No.
Everybody?
No.
No, exactly. Makes sense, everybody? What you're seeing on the chart happening, a signal from the strategy, which is one book, is not what you're predicting as an analyst. This is Ernesto's house in Venezuela.
Oh, no way. In Venezuela, not in Venezuela.
So what's happening on the chart? You have a signal from the strategy is not what you predicted. Now, because you have a rule that you put in, I must not enter unless my weekly prediction is not right or wrong, but in synergy with my strategy. So you could have a signal from the strategy to buy, but because you predicted short, you must not enter. Why not? Simply because it's a rule on the strategy. It's a rule. Make sense? And if you enter, you are doing what Yanis is telling you not to do. You are not following the process. You are chasing the
Money.
money. And this is goddamn difficult to understand and to implement. And this is an emotional skill. Because you are going to tell me every single day and fight with me, oh, but you don't understand. My strategy makes money. I've entered here and I made money. I agree with you, but you must agree with me that you didn't follow the rule of your strategy. If you can understand this, you are one step further up in becoming a professional, independent, rich trader. We are in the lesson 19 minutes. rewatch this 19 minutes every single day and think about it. And journal every single day. What I did today, was I chasing the money or was I executing the strategy? Did I follow the rules? Now, if you don't have the rule in the strategy that your trade must go in the same direction with the analysis, then it's all right. It's a different story. You can
Trade. You can enter according to your strategy.
I even said in the wrong. You must take this trade. It's a must. It's a signal from the strategy. Your head hurts already. Let me do a little bit more pain. Now, talking about this very specific example, the better analyst you become, can you see here the arrows? The better analyst you become, the less of this is going to happen. Can we understand this?
Sure.
You are seeing something on the chart as a trader. This is one. You are predicting something else as an analyst. This is another one. Now, the better you become as an analyst, the less is going to happen the market going against what you predict. Because why is this important? Because some of us, me too, we're all the same. We think, oh, so then it's better not to put the rule in the strategy.
But what would be that rule? Explicitly saying, I will trade in the direction of the weekly analysis? Something like that?
Exactly. If you say USD CHF short, and you have all the reasons to buy from the strategy, you don't go long. Can you repeat, please? Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, give me a second. You have two papers, strategy and weekly plan. You have two tools that you are working on. If your strategy if the strategy says,
explicitly says,
you have a pattern, whatever, there is an uptrend, Fibonacci, market wave, counter, you have a signal for the strategy to buy USD CHF. Is there, you can see it on the chart, Monday morning. But on this paper, you have USD CHF short. Then you are not buying USD CHF. And this is homeostasis because homeostasis, it's a comic, we're talking about, you have the devil and the angel. Homeostasis is the devil, the comfort zone, the program, the subconscious. The devil is going to say, oh, but the market's going up. Look at the signal. Look at the money. The strategy is working. And then comes the angel. But we predicted the devil and the angel, but we predicted short. And the devil again, look at the money. It's a setup. Strategy works. And the angel comes, it's true, but you put in the strategy that unless the weekly plan and the strategy are in the same direction, we don't enter. And the devil again, but look at the money. It's a signal. Strategy works.
What a fight. Oh, God. It's a serious fight.
Isn't like this in your head every day? Tanya too?
Yes, it is. Even me.
It happens, yes.
A lot.
This happens to everybody. This is what I'm telling you. We are exactly the same. We are exactly the same. Poor class, middle class, rich class. Because how we understand money globally, educational fucking system, primary school to university, is the same program. Make sense? Nobody thinks differently in the beginning. Nobody. This is the part of the skill that you are learning. Yes, Julius?
So this is where my question comes in, right? Now, what you just said right now actually did happen to me, okay? Last week when we did the weekly plan.
This happens to everybody every single day. Daniel too, Ernesto too, Shola too, Clara too, Douglas too, Heraldo too, Israel too. The 70,000 viewers you have on trading.live, Julius, happens too.
So last week when I made the analysis on AUD-CHF long, and actually I don't have any good reason for analyzing the market long AUD-CHF, and you said first warning, right? First warning. Okay. This week that just passed, okay, I predicted short, and guess what? I was buying it. And I was asking myself, my mentor said, I shouldn't do this anymore. And this is me doing against what I have. But what will I do in this kind of situation? I have to trade. I have to make a decision based on the weekly plan. I have to make a decision and trade. I predicted short and I'm buying because I don't want my mentor to tell me second warning. I have to do something. So in this kind of scenario, what should I do? Because I know for a fact that after the market retrace, it has to go up. If it goes up, it has to come down. So it has to do all of these stuff. And the market right now is at the monthly band area. Okay, so last week I predicted long, the market sold. Now I predicted short, the market is buying, and I'm in the market for buying. What should I do in this kind of situation?
So second warning. Second warning. You know.
It's crazy.
You know the answer, man.
I can't stay out, boss. I can't stay out.
This is the answer. This is the, what is this called? Pit?
Oh God.
Pitbull. Pitbull.
Yeah, I need a pit bull. I've said it several times. I haven't got.
What should I do? You should get the pitbull.
I haven't gotten a pit bull. You didn't give me a pit bull yet.
You find a pitbull, it's your business. I don't need to pick you a pitbull or be there.
Oh.
But let's go step by step for you to understand. This is part why institutional traders have an easy way of making it, being specific at this very example. Why? Because we are all the same. The next junior trader that is going to sit at the next trading desk, it's lower middle class, lower higher middle class, or maybe poor class, you know. He graduated from school, he did the school. You know, the next junior trader is going to sit at the desk and he has, as globally, the money program. What's the difference between the next junior trader and you, Julius? When the next junior trader is going to go against the rule, the senior trader sitting by his shoulder or the manager overlooking over his shoulder is going to tell him, don't do this! He's going to yell at him at the very moment of he trying to click the mouse. Make sense? The senior trader and the manager are preventing them to making mistakes, real mistakes, and they're punching their subconscious mind to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. You're doing this again, you're doing this again, you're doing this again. This is the 90% of the secret sauce. Why retail traders are not making it and are never going to make it. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Oh, you are arrogant and I don't believe you. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
When you are a retail trader, you don't answer to anybody because you are by yourself in your home office, garage, living room, whatever may be the case. And you are making those mistakes just because you don't have a pit bull. And having a pit bull, comparing in this situation specifically, having a pit bull, it's not, oh, let's do the weekly plan together. Nothing bad, but not enough. Oh, let's check our samples on Friday. Nothing bad, but not good enough. Israel burned 5 accounts, live accounts. Israel burned 5 accounts. He came to 8%, FTMO 5%, research, whatever. And then he burns it because he's doing stupid things, like trading the news that has no news trading in the strategy, putting a demon scalper, expert advisor who didn't, he's doing stupid things because at the very moment of his trading, he's by himself. He doesn't have a pit bull. This is the secret sauce, the big difference why an institutional trader, junior trader, fresh new, being a junior analyst, doing good as an analyst over time, 6 months to a year, being promoted to a senior analyst, continue doing good, for 1 year and a half, so totally 2 years, and finally they're asking him, would you like to stay as a senior analyst, or would you become a portfolio manager, talking about stocks and other stuff, or do you want to become a trader so we can promote you? And somebody says, no, I'm good. I'm making $5,000 per month or euros per month as a senior analyst. It's good money, good pay, good job, no stress. I'm staying here. Some people said, I want the Lambo. 5,000 euros per month or $5,000 per month. It's good money, but I want the Lambo. So I'm going to be a trader and unfortunately more stressful. So you jump the next step, you become a junior trader, and you have the senior trader, which is a totally different animal. And believe me, they are talking, they don't have the bet, but they are talking to you like they have this one. And he's sitting by you. Didn't you see in the movies the jargon, the slang? You can't, you motherfucker, the slang that those guys use? It's really like this. Not everyone, not everybody, not every single, but there is a reason on why. One reason is stress, and the second reason is they are telling you, whoop, 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 whoop. Julius again. Make sense? They're not going to tell you. I mean, this is common sense, right? They're not going to tell. I'm just explaining to you because most of you never worked or never see how an institution works, unless from the movies. They don't have time to tell you, oh, Julius, please, Daniel, Ernesto, please, would you be so kind? And next time, please come to me before you enter the trade and call me, please, next time before. They don't have time. They're going to say to you, all right, Julius, now you are going to trade from 8 to 9. And he's going to sit on next to your shoulder or behind you, and they are looking directly what you're doing for 1 hour. And you are on the desk, and you are doing stuff, and you talk to them. You are looking at the chart and talk to them. I'm going to do this. Here is what I'm buying. Here is what I'm charting. Here is what I'm doing. And if you do something like this, don't do this. Are you crazy? Don't click the mouse. They are yelling at you. Edu. They are not yelling at you because they are mean people. They are yelling at you because they need to and because they don't have time to joke around. Does this make sense? So, boss, what should I do? You should get yourself a pit bull and not a nice chihuahua, but an angry pit bull. Make sense? Heraldo would be an example of a nice chihuahua. You are doing something stupid and he says, all right, son, no big deal, Julius. You know, if you go to Douglas, Julius, are you fucking stupid or what? Where did you come from? Where did you fall from? What do you think? Julius, you do one more time and I'm not your pit bull anymore. Julius, I told you 3 times not to do this. Do one more time and you're going to find another pit bull. This would be Douglas. Make sense the difference? And here is another one why 90% of you guys become a pizza trader. Because you are not, so not judging anybody, this education. I have my own issues. Make sense? If I, example, and this is a difficult class, I know. If I was raised in a family that my grandfather was telling me, you are a piece of shit, you are nothing, you are not going to attain nothing in your life, you are not worth anything, who do you think you are? And if my father did the same, oh, you are nothing, who do you think you are? Pay attention, you know, the parents, you know, that nothing is it's good ever. And now you are 30, 40, or 50, and you have a pit bull like Douglas, you are not going to like it. Subconsciously. And this is normal. Because in the subconscious mind, when somebody was stepping at you, this hurt you. Back in time when you're a young adult or a kid, stepping on you. Who do you think you are? What's wrong with you? So today, at the trading desk, you're 40, 50, 60, you feel the same emotions. And you reject the pit bull, the best one, the Douglas example, and you go to the Chihuahua one, the Heraldo. Now, what's the difference? What's the difference? With Heraldo, it's going to take you 5 times more time. And here you must enter with education and work on yourself again and understand that I need Douglas, not Heraldo. And when I feel hurt, I must understand education that the financial markets are upside down. The guy who is telling me that I'm a stupid moron, it's not my father or my grandfather telling me I'm a stupid moron with no reason because this was their programming, but this is Douglas telling me that I'm a stupid moron because he's seeing my mistakes on the chart. Wow. And our problem is we're all the same in this very class. Everybody does like this with, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, he is right. Makes sense. But tomorrow you are going to go to
Heraldo.
And this is nothing more than homostasis. And this game, it's called the psychological aspect of trading, could go on for years. You are having the right information, you are having the right education, but because you are not working on yourself, these go on for years.
We don't want to feel uncomfortable, so we will not look for the one who makes us feel uncomfortable.
And we are all the same. When somebody goes to Heraldo, you know, I understand, I'm not judging you. I know it's difficult. It's not easy. This is maybe the most important and valuable thing today that you're going to hear. You are going to become a professional trader, everybody, when in your life you are going to tell to yourself, I had enough. It's really like this. Somebody is prepared to suffer for 1 year. Somebody is prepared to suffer for 5 years. Somebody is prepared to suffer for 1 month. That's the difference. We have a problem in Brazil because we have a quote, it's bad, but it's not so bad. How is life? You know, people talk, Julius, you must know, right?
Yes.
¿Cómo está vida? How is life? It's bad, but it's also good.
Indeed.
This program, I mean,
It could be worse.
it could be worse. And this goes for years. Make sense? Good news. What's wrong with me? Nothing wrong with you. But you must understand and do the psychological work on yourself when enough is enough. What is enough for you? Because you can go to talk to Heraldo or to Douglas today. After the class, you can pick a phone or Skype the guys. It's your decision. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Boss, why I'm not doing it? Homeostasis. Boss, I know what you're telling me. I've heard you 5 times. I watched 5 hours of the recording. Boss, I'm still not doing it. Why? Homeostasis. It's good, but it's bad, but not that bad. Could be worse. You didn't have enough yet. There is a unknown psychological test that proves how stupid we are about money. Really stupid as human being. You know? You are, everybody, me and you, we're all the same, right? So we are not rich yet. Agreed, everybody? Hands up. I'm not rich yet. Right?
I'm not rich yet.
And let's take a number, $1 million US. I don't have $1 million, right? And this goes for years. They did a test. If they, for you guys who have a kid, listen to this. And it's an unknown test, it's not online. But think. They did a test. They took a kid. They take your children. And they call you. And they tell you, you have 1 month to bring $1 million, or we kill your kid. What are you going to do?
Whatever it takes. Find $1 million.
All the difficulties that you have a trader disappear right now. Because now it's life or death. And you don't think anymore about pit bulls or your parents or the government, of you that don't have time, or how life is unfair with you, and how much money you have. All this crap becomes irrelevant. You have only one goal, to save your kid. And the test shows not everybody came to $1 million, of course, but you have different people making $500,000, 700,000, 400,000. Somebody went over $1 million in 1 month. Make sense? The test proved. That somebody, okay, he might not come to $1 million, he came to $250,000, but before he was making 20. Make sense, everybody? And it's called, as Heraldo said, whatever it takes. It's called whatever it takes. It's called no excuses. It's called priorities. And it's called, what most of you don't have, it's called time. The criminal called you, say, oh, you have 1 month, 31 of September. It's or the money or your kids gone. Why this is unpublic test? Because the guys who were testing them, they didn't know that this was a role play. Make sense? You are Julius. This was in the USA. You are Julius, and a clinic, a psychiatric laboratory, whatever the institution, they're doing trials, psychological trials, and they say, okay, we give you $1,000 if you partake in the test. So you go there, say, okay, I'm Julius, I want you $1,000. You know, you're broke, you need to have base to build, and they say, here is the role play. They don't tell they're going to grab your kid. They're telling you in the contract that something unexpected is going to happen with your friends and family, and don't freak out because it's a test. I'm inventing because, you know, long story short, and I don't know what really was there, you know, so you say, all right, sound enough. And then you sign this and you go home. And after 6 months, 7 months, you forgot about this test, right? You forgot about the document. After 8 months, Julius comes home. Where is Julius Jr.? Or the wife calls, oh, honey, I know how to say robar in English, you know. There was a combi and they took our kid. And the wife is crying, and Julius, and what's happened? Oh, the criminals took our kid. And so
Kidnap.
Come?
Kidnap.
Kidnap. Somebody kidnapped our kid. And Julius on the other side, wife, you're joking. And she was crying, no, it's for real. They kidnapped our son. So the wife is freaking out. Julius finally starts to freak out too. They come home and they call the police. And everything this happened for real. But Julius forgot that he went to that clinic and he signed a contract. But this was the test. There were lawsuits and everything, you know. But they proved what you do, how capable we are as human beings when something serious comes along. Does this make sense? The test?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Let's say that you're broke and your father or mother has a heart attack and they need surgery which costs $10,000. It depends how you fit in the family, right? But and this is why you are, after the class, you are not going to Douglas and you are not even sometimes going to Heraldo. And this is normal. So this test is going to come to you when there is going to be the day. Giberon, he passed away a few decades ago, I don't know. He said, this is the day when your life turns around. The guy takes the shotgun, Jim Rohn telling the story, the guy takes the shotgun, goes into the front of the porch, and he shoots the car, bam, 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 and he destroys the car, his car. And he goes back home, inside the house, and he said, I had enough. This is the day I don't need you to shut your car with a shotgun. But this is the day that your life turns around. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting too passionate about the stories. Anyways, Julius and everybody else, I know what I should do, but I'm not doing. Get the pit bull. This is the answer. That's the answer. And get the pit bull at your trading time. The This is what you must understand, and then we move to another questions and charts and everything. The pit bull is not there to tell you what to do. Israel doesn't need me to tell him, enter here, stop loss here, take profit there. Israel needs me to tell him, don't put the scalper on the live account. Don't do the news trade. Israel is up 8%, almost have the funded account, and he's doing the news trade. If he would have the pit bull at the time of trading, I would tell him, don't do this. Are you crazy? Make sense? You are confusing the pit bull with the boss. Oh, I don't want to have anybody stress me out. I don't want anybody to be my boss. I'm here in the first place not to have a boss. I don't want the pit bull. I don't like the pit bull. I don't feel like having the pit bull. Who Douglas thinks he's yelling at me? You are not getting it. The process behind. Make sense?
Sure.
All right, Julius, any other questions?
I'm good.
Clara, talking about the market.
I'm good.
Clara, you had a question, right? I told you asking in the session.
I don't have any question now.
Everybody, how are you doing as an analyst? Are you keep monitoring yourself for the second week, third week, fourth week? How much are we on after the Sunday? Second week. Did you rate each other?
This is the first week after the example you gave to us.
Did you rate each other?
I didn't check yet.
No, not yet. Did you fill the sheet finally?
I'm going to do it today. I don't have time yesterday.
The last week sheet?
The last week? Last week was when we had the example.
No. You're supposed to fill the last week on the last Saturday or Sunday.
Last week we had the example.
Last week was we together, right? Me and you guys?
Yes.
No, I mean, did you feel it? Did you write down your prediction?
Sure.
Okay. I could not identify which was the week. That's why I did not.
It's below. Scroll down, you're gonna see it.
Ah, okay. I thought it was on the right.
Oh, no problem. We can talk later, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Everybody, this is your job. Make sense? You have the knowledge. Explain you how it works. You understand the logic behind. Now it's your job to do this. I'm not going to babysit you and everything. Oh, you must do this automatically. Call somebody, partner up, ask him, oh, would you be so kind and rate my weekly plan for 4 weeks? This is your job. Make sense?
Sure.
Or you can partner up with Daniel and partner up with him. What you partner up with Daniel, Daniel is going to give his software, and after the week, you compare what the software says and what your prediction says. And you talk to Daniel, says, all right, your software gave me the same rating that my pitbull gave me or my partner gave me. But if there is some difference, you talk to them, all right, here, Ernesto, give me a different result from the software of Daniel's. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Work with Daniel to get a better software too. Okay?
All right.
All right.
So in conclusion, your average result during the year as an analyst, it's a great predictor on how much money are you able to make with the strategy. All right? You don't need to do this forever. If you have 4 weeks and you are a fairly good analyst, you don't need to do this anymore. If you are more or less, if you are 50-50, you need to continue. If you are a bad analyst, for sure you must go over 4 weeks. Does this make sense? You must show yourself with numbers that you are a 60% analyst over 4 weeks. Until you get there, it's a constant. Constant. All right. Now, talking about the weekly plan, everybody, I put in the chat a few documents in here. A weekly plan for different traders. See here, weekly plan. All right. Those are different weekly plans from different traders. There is no right or wrong. Open them, study them, took what you like. But let's write this down. Your weekly plan should predict everything. Let's write this down, pen and paper. Your weekly plan, my weekly plan, should predict everything. My weekly plan should predict everything so that I can just execute. That's the key. That's the skill that you are built step by step. Right? So you are growing your weekly plan through your list. Your weekly plan, it's a working document. Make sense? But a good weekly plan predicts everything, so you don't need to do any work during the weekend. All right?
Please, boss, could you repeat the words again?
Sure. My weekly plan should predict everything so that I can just execute during the week. My weekly plan should predict everything so that I can just execute during the week. And this is, everybody, this is your working goal in this very course right now. All right? Now, let me give an example. Let me find. Give me a second. Weekly plan. Open this one maybe. Give me a second. Trying to open. Click. The last one. Okay, it's not opening, so I'm going to save it. Salvar, all right, let me see. Okay, all right. Do you see this one, everybody? Can you see it? By the way, this is my weekly plan. Can you see me here? Give me a second. Julius, any questions?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. The weekly plan, there is no right or wrong. All right, it's personal to you. Okay, it doesn't need to get that sophisticated, that difficult, that whatever. Makes sense? It's personal. Okay. Now, if I go to Euro New Zealand, give me a second. All right. If I go to New Zealand, and all right, and this is the chart, just an example. All right. what can I see on the weekly chart? Who is going to predict for me Euro New Zealand daily chart? What is the prediction for next week? Anybody?
What? Well, this was a consolidation week. It is supposed to move up for the very next week.
Anybody else?
No.
Let
No,
me,
no, no,
let
no,
me,
no.
let me try. Is this the weekly chart?
No, the daily.
Look at your chart, Euro New Zealand, and tell me what is your prediction for next week.
Ah, okay.
Long or short?
Okay,
Long.
okay, let me see. Let's see, what do we have here? Quickly, right?
To me, a long.
Daniel, you too. Clara, you too. Weekly prediction for Euro New Zealand daily chart.
Let's see, what do we have here?
It's long.
Clara,
Long. Long.
Ernesto, long. Shola, long. Julius. Daniel.
Long, but still, I think need to retrace to 30% of Fibonacci.
So long or short? I need a decision. You as an analyst.
Long 60% and short 40.
Okay, fair enough. Long 60%. Julius?
Short.
Short, all right. So everybody give me a second, and if I do something like this, all right? Now this is just an example, and I clone the chart and I get out of the Fibonacci's, right? And I get out of the Fibonacci's. Okay. Now predicting my weekly plan, there is no right or wrong, but do we agree, everybody, that this market on the daily, it's in an up market wave? Do we agree?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Shola, this is the long-term view, all right, Shola? This is the long-term view. The market wave on every specific time frame is the long-term view, right? Now, do we agree that on the market wave, there was a retracement and the short-term trend was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs? Do we agree on that?
Yes.
Sure.
And then do we agree that the market stopped making lower lows, lower highs, went in an uptrend, and there was no uptrend yet, so this is the low, this is not a high, and this is the first uptrend leg. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Without confirmed high.
Exactly. This is the first uptrend leg. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Shola, the short-term trend is the short-term view. Make sense, Shola?
There might be a retracement. Yeah.
And now, my weekly plan is, all right, I don't know what is going to happen, but if this is the first extension leg, then this market must retrace too. Does this make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I can say long, I can say short, whatever may be the case. Let's say that I'm saying, all right, this market is going to fall. This market is going to short. Okay. But because here is not telling me anything, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put an alarm on trading view in here to go short, and I'm going to put an alarm up in here for the case that the market goes long. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I don't know what it's going to do. I'm predicting the market to retrace, but for me to monitor the market as an analyst, I'm going to put alarms both sides, all right? Does this make sense?
A lot of sense.
All right, now, this would be one prediction. This would be one prediction. You know, you put alarms on TradingView and you close the prediction, 27 currency per se, you go to sleep. Monday morning, alarms goes plink, 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 short Euro New Zealand. Do you need to calculate the lots, the volume, and the risk?
You are
No.
supposed to have already calculated all that.
Everybody, if I do just this in a weekly plan, do I need to calculate on Monday morning
No,
the lots, the risk, the volume?
Yes, yes.
no.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, your weekly
Yes.
plan should have already your stop loss, your.
You didn't put buy order. You put just alarm. So you need to calculate your risk.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there is something that I still need to do and waste time. Do we agree?
Sure.
But I can do a better weekly plan. I can go in here, just an example, and here on the left I have this is you didn't learn yet, A+ and so on, but at least I can project the entry, I can project the stop loss, and I can calculate the volume, and I can project the take profit already. If I am Julius, the trade crowns, you know, I can put a stop loss in here and I can project a crown now. I can go on the 4-hour chart, example, again, example. I'm going to, yes?
There is a crown already formed in 4 hours.
Okay, so this is not valid anymore. This is everybody, just an example. This is the highest high grid.
Yes.
Okay, so me as Julius, I can do left tip. This is the center tip high. I have an alarm here on TradingView. I have an alarm here. And I can project, all right, if the market is at this price level, which is called 1.805, you know, and this is the stop loss up in here, projected. So I can put in my weekly plan everything and anything already before the market opens on Monday. Example, the crown. So if the alarms get triggered, plink, 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 short the crown, I have everything, it's done. I don't need to analyze anything. I don't need to chart anything. And I don't need to even go to an Excel and calculate the lots, the volume, how much is going to be F% of risk on MetaTrader 4. Is it going to be just 0.01, is it going to be 0.02 or 0.08? A good weekly plan should predict or pre-plan everything for you just to execute. All right? Now, there is no right or wrong on what. There is no right or wrong on how. But this is the concept that is going to lead you to the concept that professional traders, we don't think during the trading week, we just execute. When you see a professional trader working, and I'm not talking about Gianpaolo from the garage, talking about a real trader, institutional, or, you know, maybe retail too, but he was institutions before. And you're going to see, and you're thinking, how is this guy that confident? Look at him. How, you know, he just enters the trade and he's smiling and he's like, ooh. Or how is she that confident woman too? Look at her. Me, I'm double guessing and I'm charting and I'm double checking the trend line and I'm double checking the high of the crown and I'm double checking the counter trend line. Look at her. She just enters. This is a skill too. When you've done this hundreds, and I'm not joking with the number, listen to the number. When you did this hundreds of thousands of times, not 100 times, thousands of times, week after week after week after week after, yeah, I'm exaggerating, right? But week after week after week, that becomes part of your skill, just to execute, not double guess anymore. But unless you pre-plan your trading plan, unless you pre-plan your weekly plan to the point that you don't need to chart anything, you don't need to check anything, that you need to go on Excel and calculate anything, then you are still not there. Does this make sense?
Sure.
Now, fair enough. If you're a day trader on a 15-minute chart, all right, then you need to check. Fair enough, because it's a 15-minute chart and the swings change constantly and the 15-minute Fibonacci get breakdown. This is another story. But if you're on the 2-hour chart and above, your weekly plan should predict everything and anything to the point that you just execute during the week. Does this make sense? And this is just an example, all right? And you can have Fibonacci. You don't need the you don't need the Fibonacci. It doesn't really matter, you know. And if you go to another example, euro dollar, euro dollar, euro dollar, euro dollar, euro dollar. Euro dollar weekly chart. Open everybody euro dollar weekly chart right now. What's your weekly prediction for euro dollar weekly chart, long or short? Look at you, look whatever you want. You can look at the monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. But I'm asking you, whatever you look at, what is your prediction on euro dollar weekly chart?
Long.
Laura long. Shola? Julius, Ernesto, Daniel?
Long.
Long.
Short.
Short. Julius, Ernesto?
I would say short, but I'm not pretty sure.
Why aren't you sure? You have bulls and bear signals and the majority wins. It's that simple. What is the trend line telling you? What is the candlestick telling you? What is the market wave telling you? What is the short-term trend telling you? What is support, resistance, pivot point telling you? What is the Fibonacci telling you? Julius? Julius, you're mute.
Short.
Sure. All right, so we have some people are telling long, some people are telling short, all right? All right, now, weekly prediction, you as an analyst, there is no right or wrong. Do we agree that the market was in an uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows? Do we agree that, so this was the market making higher highs, higher lows, and now, similarly to in Northern New Zealand, do we agree that this is the first down extension leg, everybody? Do we agree?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Now, this market must retrace. Agreed, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you know, as an analyst, that this market is ready to retrace? You are going to count bulls and bears point. So, the market made a low point for the bulls. Agreed?
Sure.
The market broke the counter trend line, the down trend line. Bulls point for the bulls. Agreed?
Yes.
Sure.
But now the market went up and there close a bearish candle point for the bears. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
Did the market break the downtrend line?
No.
No. So between the bulls and the bears, who is winning?
The bulls.
The bulls.
Hmm.
Makes sense, everybody? And then you go on the daily chart.
100% trend.
And then you go on the daily chart. And you ask the same question. How are you predicting the daily? Long or short?
Long.
Come again?
Long.
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 Long. Right?
Yeah.
Making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Now, what if this market was down here? What would be the prediction?
Sure.
Needs still to retrace.
Long.
We still be long.
Should be long.
Hmm.
Long.
So, Shola, if this would be the case, and this is the crown, the prediction is long, and this is the short-term view. All right, Shola?
Ah.
And Shola was asking what is long-term, what is short-term. The market wave is the long-term view. The short-term trend, the extension and retracements on the short-term trend. All right, and the highs and lows are the short-term view, right, Shola?
Yes.
On every time frame and every currency pair. Don't send me text. Oh, what about Euro New Zealand daily chart? Boss, I don't get GBP USD daily chart. It's all the same. This is the concept. The market wave is the long-term view, and the short-term trend inside the market wave, when it's extending and retracing, this is the short-term view. But Shola, you must go on the chart now and study the chart.
So what are the retracement of market structure? The retracement of market structure.
Forex course 101, when the short-term trend changes. Shola, can you give a suggestion?
Sir.
Go on the Forex course 101 on Dukascopy webinars and start to re-watch lessons.
I'm watching. I'm still watching this, sir.
All good then. All good.
I'm still watching. But my question is that the long time view in this 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 4 hours. The long time, the long time, short time. Then when can we say the long time? That the long time I've changed to the long time, to the short time, or the short time view, change to the long time view.
Okay, so no, listen to me. Retail traders on TikTok and YouTube. Right? I'm not going to say right or wrong, I'm just going to say different. Retail traders on TikTok videos, they say the monthly is the long term and the 15-minute is the short term, all right?
Yes.
Now, I'm telling you, don't do this. Understand the market with the market wave and the short-term trends. And every single time frame has its own market wave and its own short-term trends.
But you, sir,
Listen
you
to
said
me,
something.
stop talking, listen to me.
Okay, sir.
Try to understand, don't fight me, try to understand what I'm telling you. You can go on the 15-minute chart and have a long-term view on the 15-minute chart and the short-term view on the 15-minute chart. And this sounds sometimes counterintuitive. How can be long-term is the 15-minute chart? Because we are talking about the pattern, the market wave. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
If you don't understand the market wave on the 15-minute chart as long-term, on the 15-minute chart specifically, if you don't understand the market wave as long-term, on the 1-hour chart specifically, if you don't understand the market wave as a long-term on the 4-hour chart specifically, then everything is going to be random to you. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
And give me a second, everybody. Give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. All right. And where are we? Where are we? All right. Shola, let's say that this is the monthly, all right? The black one is the monthly, all right? Monthly chart, monthly, all right? What is the monthly chart doing, Shola?
From
Is going up
it's
or down
going up.
sideways?
It's going up.
Very good. Everybody, you can participate too. Now, let's say that the blue is the weekly. Let's say that the blue is the weekly. What is the weekly doing?
Long time is up.
So can you see, everybody, that there was a point in time in here that the monthly was still moving up as a direction, but what did the weekly do?
It's coming down.
Down. And this down is long term or short term?
Short time.
On the monthly or the weekly?
On the weekly.
On the weekly, very good, you're getting it. So this is the blue, is the weekly. Weekly. Give me a second. Weekly, and we're going to color code this in blue. This is the weekly. Now,
Sir. Hello,
yes,
sir.
yes.
If this weekly is retracing, it's going to make extension. It's going to make retracement.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Now, the red one is going to be the daily. This is now the red one. This is the daily. What is the daily doing?
The daily is up too.
Give me a second. The red one is going to be the daily. Everybody talk to me. What is the daily doing?
Up. Long time up.
what is the daily doing here?
Short term down.
What is the daily doing here?
Okay. Short term up.
Everybody, what is the daily doing here?
Short term up.
Short term up. So as you can see, in the same point in time, when the monthly was moving up and the weekly was retracing down, the daily was moving
Up, down.
up. And this is where you lose, because you don't understand what is what. But in the end, all the three charts start in the same place, and all the three charts, isn't this strange how this market works? All the three charts are up in here right now, at the same price level, strangely enough. So what is long term, what is short term? It depends on the multiple time frame trading, and it depends what are you looking at and what are you trading. Does this make sense? So this is going to be now, the red one is the daily. The daily chart, the red one. This is the daily, all right? And lastly, more specifically, inside the daily, what is the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart doing? Huh?
Extension retracement, extension retracement.
So if we take at this specific time, the monthly was what?
Down.
Long.
The weekly was what?
Short.
Down.
The daily was what?
Down.
Down. And it's not well done, this one. Whoops. I need to zoom in, everybody. So the daily was going down. What was the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart doing? The daily was up, the weekly was down, the daily went down and then up. Let's say here was down, simultaneously then the monthly was up, the weekly was down, the daily was down. What was the 1 hour doing in here?
It's going up for short term.
Up for short term. And down for
long term.
short term. It's still a short term trend. The short term trend is the short term view. The market wave is the long term view. All right? How to understand this chart? This is the game. This is the Forex course 101. This is 1 year of your learning, just this one. Support, resistance, pivot points, and Fibonacci. The bigger color is the market wave of the smaller color. What does this mean? When the blue market wave was retracing, the short-term trend on the daily was
Going down, going up.
extending. The blue market wave is the short-term trend on the daily. The red market wave is the short-term trend on the green. The green is the short-term trend on the red, and the red is the short-term trend on the blue. And this is where you win and lose based on your skill. Give me a second, everybody. One hour, 2 hour, 4 hour is going to be green. All right. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot, photo, whatever. You can do something like this, everybody. And there you go. Okay. Salvar. Forex course 101 in one picture. And if you understand this picture, then whatever you trade, whatever you do, you understand where you have a better chance of success and where you have a less chance of success in terms of probabilities. Make sense? You shorting the market on the 1 hour in here, or you shorting the market up in here, those two are not the same. You going long on the daily in here, it's not the same you're going long on the daily in here, it's not the same you're going long on the daily in here. All right? Daniel, what did you learn today?
I learned today.
Sorry, guys, I have to go.
What?
I have to go. Sorry.
Julius, if it's not important, I need to talk to you 30 minutes.
Now?
Now.
Very important, boss.
Okay, then you go. We talk next week, not a problem.
Next week?
Sure.
Why not later today?
Because I don't have time, man.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry, it's your life, not mine. My life is not going to change.
30 minutes. Okay, can I just listen?
Come again?
Can I just listen?
To what?
Listen while you are talking.
He need to talk to you, not to us.
I need to talk to you specifically, Julius.
Right here?
No, it's talking about the trading live. After the course, when you close the call.
Okay, no problem, boss. Yes.
So
okay.
Today or next time?
Today, after this class, yes.
All right. So Daniel, what did you learn, Daniel?
I learned that my weekly plan should predict everything. So in next weeks, I need just to execute what I have on my weekly plan.
Very good. Ernesto, what did you learn today?
The importance of the weekly plan and executing according to the weekly plan. And of course, presetting your week according to the weekly plan.
Shola, what did you learn?
What I learned is that whatever I want to do must be in synergy with my weekly plan.
Clara, what did you learn today?
Yeah, it's better after analyzing during the weekend, we follow the plan. Because sometimes when I analyze, I don't follow the plan. Then at the end of the week, I will find out that my analysis is also good, why I'm losing.
Very good. See, everybody, the most thing nobody said. I'm not judging you, I'm giving you a class. Unless you have a system like Daniel, you're trading a system, colors. you should have learned today also. So it's everything you said, it's right and it's good, but the most important part is if I don't emulate institutional traders' way of trading, I'm never going to make it. Everything you said is good and it's all right and it's fair, but you, at this point, you should also relate, talking about Douglas and Heraldo and the Chihuahua and the Pitbull and the programming and the problems that we all have about money and chasing the money. And Julius talking about keep repeating the same mistake, and all of you are repeating the same mistakes. I know it for a fact. I have a camera in your office, in your home, spying on you. This is one of the big one. Everybody, I'm sorry to tell you, unless you are trading a system like Daniel, if you have a strategy that is subject to interpretation, make sense? Unless you have a strategy that you can build up and change and do something different, you are never going to make it by yourself. Impossible. All right? Now, this is going to go two ways. If you agree, or if you understand, or if you disagree, but you're coachable, oh, this guy must know what he's talking about. You know? Or, okay, I had enough, I'm going to do everything and anything. Then you are going to call the Pitbull after class. If you are not coachable and you believe whatever story, I don't need the Pitbull now, I agree with him, but I'm going to call the Pitbull later, and this later, it's for 1 year ago, you know, whatever story you're telling. So you're not coachable, you don't need to see the origin, doing this, whatever. Then you are going to be here for 12 months or 2 years, and Mike payment. Make sense, everybody? People call me Michael, somebody Mike, payment. Michael, payment. Next year, December, October, November 2024, payment. Boss, I'm learning, but I'm not doing. Boss, I'm not implementing. Boss, I know what I should do, but I'm not doing. Boss, I count to 8% and I burned the account, and I did this 5 times. Boss, I don't have the news trading strategy, but I'm trading the news. Boss, my strategy tells me on the 4-hour chart, but I'm trading on the 15-minute chart. And so on and so on and so on. Just because you are not coachable enough and you are not learning about the psychological aspect of trading. Strategy, it's all right. The weekly plan, it's all right. The technical stuff, it's all right. But it's not enough. Because you have 2 books to read, not 1. You have the book of technical stuff, the checklist, the weekly plan, the strategy, the end of the day report, the end of the week report. This is 1 book, but you have the emotional aspect to trading. And if you don't work on the emotional, you are going to become, or you are going to quit in between, or you are going to finish the course and become a pizza trader. Because you don't give it the importance. Make sense, everybody? I know it's difficult, believe me, nobody wants that he or she yells at you, but he or she yells at you because they care about you. You cannot understand this environment called the trading class in a traditional sense and get offended and hurt because Mike or Michael called you stupid moron. Who he thinks he is? Not even my father talked to me like this. This guy is trying to help you. Because this guy's life changed when one time his mentor told him he was a stupid idiot. Not before. Make sense, everybody? If you are not making it in 1.5 years, this group, this class, you didn't work on the psychological aspect. And don't come cry to me, oh, it's not working for me, I'm not making it. Because I'm going to show you this very recording. I told you. The first 40 slides of the advanced course is just awareness. Change your life, change your life, change your life. What is what? Financial markets are upside down. You get hurt and have money problems when in financial markets, money is raw material. And you cannot get this from a class, from 1.5 hours per week, watching at a slide. The older you are, me too, 30, 40, 50, 60, the more psychological work, the boring stuff, the not interesting stuff you must do. Because you are a retail trader. You don't have a senior trader by your shoulder. At the moment of your entering the market, you are retail. This class is over, and for the next 7 days, you are going to be by yourself. Who is going to look at you and watch over your shoulder? I don't need you to agree with me. I'm going to ask a different question. Does this make sense?
I will turn my wife into my people.
Come again?
I will turn my wife into my people.
If she, everybody could be, but they must be serious. Make sense, everybody? Sometimes the significant other in-laws, it's not the best pit bull because they don't know what you're going through. You know, you call your wife and say, honey, I have a trade in 5 minutes. Where are you? I'm at the supermarket. Not a good pit bull. With all my heart and kindness, not a good pit bull. Talk to me, does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Clara, Julius, Daniel, you don't need to. You are a system. It's a different.
Boss, I will make another strategy to follow manually.
If you have a strat, so system traders like the US dollar index system, colors, you know, Heikin Ashi changing colors, or the super trend, you don't need a pit bull. It's a different story.
Yes, but I will try and do another strategy just to compare. Okay.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Next week we're going to talk about strategies and samples. All right, how many samples do you have? Did you give the amen on the strategy and so on and so on? All right. Julius, I'm calling you in a minute. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.